Glitch Productions has been absolutely killing it with its original animated series, and now they're adding to that collection with a new show coming to their YouTube channel called The Gaslight District. The Gaslight District only has a few teasers and promotionals out so far, with the implication that it would be coming out sometime this year, though I can't find an actual release date. For the Gaslight District, the teasers themselves are so haunting and cryptic that I think the best place to start is with the website and video descriptions of the show. According to Glitch's official website, the Gaslight District is about an undead gangster family in a town where the only consequences that exist are the ones you can't slime your way out of. This is still pretty vague, and I have no idea what slime might be a reference to here, but we do get a bit more information from the Glitch Twitter account. Here they explain that the Gaslight District takes place at the end of the world, and once again that it focuses on a group of undead gangsters. With that in mind, the overt premise of the show seems to be that the apocalypse has happened and everyone left on Earth is some sort of zombie or demon. However, not everything is as it seems. The show is called The Gaslight District, with most people knowing that to gaslight someone means to trick them into believing they are wrong about what is so clearly true, to make them question their own sanity. This was popularized by the 1930s film Gaslight, which focused on a man dimming the lights of his gas lamps and then claiming nothing has changed when his wife notices. Even though the lights are clearly dimmed, with enough outside pressure insisting that nothing has changed, a person can begin to doubt their reality and, of course, their own health. This is symbolized in the Gaslight District with the literal lamps we see in the teaser seemingly powered by gas as well. At the end of the world, these gas-powered lamps may be some of the last forms of artificial light, with the world itself looking a bit dark in the aftermath of the apocalypse. The hint here, however, is that the world is not what we and the characters are being told it is, and even if they may be undead gangsters fighting for the remaining resources in this one area, the world may not have actually ended, at least not in the way that the characters think. In the teaser that you can find on Glitch's Twitter account, it opens on strange faces in the dark whispering. Based on the subtitles, it seems that one starts to whisper about the prophecy being a choice, and something about the world as we know it. But it's different voices meant to overlap and blend together to confuse us here. From here, a more clear narrator explains that the world as they know it ended eons ago, setting up the idea that these undead gangsters have been fighting for territory since before they can understand time being recorded. It's just been so long that there's no real idea of how long it's actually been for these immortal beings. All that matters now is fighting for what few resources remain, especially I imagine the gas for the gas lamps. We see there is something of a conspiracy in the teaser images involving the main character, who is named Melancholy, but goes by Mel for short. She is the princess of the mafia group, and based on at least one social media post from the creator, possibly the only woman in the group and these warring groups as a whole. It gives me the feeling that some sort of rapture event was believed to have taken place, with the remaining people being raised from the dead and living in a hell-like state that the seemingly good people escaped. Mel appears to think that something isn't right about their reality, and beyond whatever shenanigans she may have fighting against the other mafia squads, she seems to be investigating what is really going on, with some of the teaser images showing her in front of a conspiracy theory board. The show is produced by Glitch, but created by Nick Zopko, who posted his own teaser for the project early on before Glitch got involved. In this early development teaser, we see text that says "You're paranoid," that the world hasn't ended and nothing is hiding in the dark. While saying this, we also see a weird wave of what looks like birds forming a strange blob together. The idea of something hiding in the dark is interesting here because despite how bright some exterior shots can be, it seems like a pretty dark world. And when the sun takes away what little light it gives when it goes down at night, I imagine the gas lights are important. If there is some obvious monster living in the dark, the gas lamps may be the only way to keep them at bay. The only thing that matters in a world where these beings are otherwise immortal. Mel and her mafia family don't need to eat, I imagine, and they don't need medicine or even anything to heal injuries because they're already dead. The only thing they might need is gas to keep these lights on at night to keep strange monsters away who perhaps could devour them entirely. The birds seem to have a special importance because in the later teaser posted by Glitch, these birds appear to be depicted on some sort of special image that I want to imagine is related to the story of the end of the world. The show is hinting at not just apocalyptic, but very specifically biblical imagery, with one shot in the Glitch teaser showing the birds with halos. This is a peaceful shot where the sun is out and Mel seems to exist with them safely, but the fact that they have halos is interesting. In the book of Revelation from the Bible, there is a time described where the dead of the earth will be eaten by birds, and this could be a fun play on that idea. Perhaps with the birds not eating the people during the day when they're safe and only trying to eat them at night when it gets dark, when the gas lamps could be used to keep them away. The strange image with the birds hints at the idea that this apocalypse was also caused by nuclear bombs, something we can see in this mass chaos in the image that can be a bit hard to interpret. We also see a young figure looking like it's being raised, perhaps symbolizing the loss of the more innocent people in the world, the people who may have been raptured away. Additionally, Glitch has put out a teaser image showing this poster with a strange encoded message on it, something found by our animator and editor for this video, Aldo. I'm recording this as a last minute update, so his own video on his Portuguese channel will probably go more in depth on this, so go check out his channel, link down below. Thankfully, someone has already decoded the message and it says, "Death is not real, lie, cheat, deceive." The overarching story will likely go deeper and deeper on apocalyptic lore each episode, with the show being described as a supernatural mystery of sorts. But what we see of the characters makes it seem like the episodes will also be wacky and funny. This is not surprising from Glitch, which has learned to master the balance between such serious and thought-out concepts with cute character humor. Mel herself is only one member of the mafia gang, the Smiling Dead. In addition to Mel, we have their leader, Ken the Butcher, who is so undead that he has a butcher's axe through his head. He's likely known for killing lots of people, and he's a big guy, so it makes sense that he'd lead the pack. But they're also joined by his son and a friend of Mel's. Mel's friend is named Mud, and the two will likely be the key players in the story in terms of who Mel talks to about theories and who she does her investigations with. Ken the Butcher, meanwhile, will likely be the one pushing the gang for missions that get them more resources and have them fighting the other mafia groups. His son Breadhead looks terrifying and is a reminder that these aren't just humans who began rotting, but seemingly demons of sorts. According to some descriptions online, the characters are in a constant state of pain and suffering because they do feel pain when they're rotting. Probably characters like Mud in particular, who seem to be falling off the bone, but that doesn't mean they actually end up dying. Instead, they just continue to exist feeling that pain. The reason for this may be the nukes themselves, I think, as opposed to any sort of cosmic punishment from God. When the nukes went off, that's when the good people of Earth may have been saved or raptured away, with the knowledge that the radiation of the nukes would turn the remaining humans there into something horrifying and ungodly. But of course, with this being the Gaslight District, nothing we have can ever be the entire truth. The actual truth could be any number of things, but one of my favorite parts of this job is actually making the most wild theories I can when we have just the pilot or even just some teasers. Some people get upset about this and act like it's immoral to theorize about the potential of a show until the creators tell us more, but the creators actually want us talking about it. It's literally a mystery, and part of the fun for the audience is trying to solve it. And on the flip side, part of the fun for the creators is seeing how fast we get to certain answers and where our minds go with each clue, even when we get things wrong. Part of the fun for them is seeing how they might be able to mislead us and how to do that going forward when they adjust the story. So I guess what I mean to say here is, if you hate theories, why are you even here? I mean, just go away. But with that in mind, my vote is that the big twist is going to be aliens and robots. I think it will be revealed that there was no actual mythical apocalypse, but that there was just aliens who saved good humans and left mostly bad humans behind to deal with the consequences of their actions. This just makes sense to me with the way that Glitch shows tend to go in general, even with all the different creators of the shows that they hire. They tend to lead back to robots and apocalyptic imagery and real-life conspiracy theories. So I think it's time they threw aliens into the mix. But what do you guys think? This seems like a wild show and probably my favorite out of the upcoming Glitch shows, but decide for yourself. Go check out my other video on the upcoming Glitch show, Knights of Guinevere, and let me know which one you're looking forward to most. See you guys next time!